welcome back. Today's video is all about keto. Now, I am not a doctor nor a nutritionist, and neither is my brother, but I'm going to give you some scientific facts on how ketosis truly works and what fat, carbs, and protein do for our bodies. If you're interested, then stay tuned. Welcome. So good to see each and every one of you. And today's video is pretty exciting. Now, a ways back, I had read a letter that my brother had wrote. He was working on explaining the body, keto, ketosis, what fat does, what protein does, what carbs do to our body, and he wasn't finished. He had asked if I would read the letter, but I thought he meant on here. He just meant what I read so far, what he had. So he finished now, and he said, would I redo it? So those of you that haven't seen the video that are new to my channel, you'll get it here. Those of you that have read it or watched that video, please watch this one because there's much more in here that you're going to learn. And the greatest thing about this is it's all in layman's term, so you guys can understand it. Now, before I get started in reading it, I just want to explain something to you guys, and me and my brother were talking about this the other day. Keto is getting so big right now, it is blowing up. When we started, or actually he started, it was a little over 3 years ago, and it was new to everybody. Now, keto is not new. It is something that's been around since Bible time. It's actually Bible time eating, but our generation is just learning it, just like, you know, Weight Watchers and all those different things that came out. It's becoming something that is like a fad now. People are trying to earn a buck, and so they're coming up with their own keto version. And so you know how things like that can ruin a way of eating. That's what it is, a way of eating, and it can ruin it for people. They're learning all these different things. One will tell you one thing and another will tell you another. I'm not saying one is wrong from the other, but I'm just saying when you're learning it in 10 different ways, you're not going to get it correctly. So it's always good to stick with one person. You can stick with me, or you can stick with somebody else that you really enjoy watching, but stick with that one person, okay? That way you're going to get it told to you right, and really find somebody like myself, like my brother, that's going to give this to you in a scientific fact way. Okay, we're not going to give you lies. We're going to tell you the truth. So that being said, that is important, and that is what's going to help you on your journey and be successful, because knowledge is the true key to everything. So now let's get started. Okay, this is called Bulletproof Body by Rob Snidarich. Some of these parts I get a little emotional. I will try not to, but I do. Hello, my name is Rob Snidarich. I am currently 37 years old from Stillwater, Minnesota. Thanks to the knowledge I've gained in nutrition and fitness, I was successful in losing a massive amount of weight very quickly. Completely transformed my body and became very healthy, and now in the best shape of my life. With everything I've learned, I have been able to easily maintain my new body for 2 years now. I have been passing all my knowledge on to many others who are having the same success. I am a full-time father of 3 amazing boys, a son to my loving, supportive mother, brother to many wonderful siblings, and friends to lots, and a friend to lots of great people who have all been a huge part of my success. It's truly been an amazing journey, and with everyone's continued support, I stay motivated to keep studying, learning, and sharing my knowledge in nutrition and fitness with as many people as I can. Meeting and helping more and more people every day is what I have found to have a huge passion for. Up until 3 years ago, I had suffered my whole life with obesity, with many of my family members, along with many of my family members. We used to all believe being fat ran in our genes and that we didn't actually eat that bad. And with attempting diet after diet and never being successful, it almost seemed as if we were all meant to be overweight and just had to accept it. Or was it that we just always tried to lose weight the wrong way? With being overweight also came many health problems, and we had lost our father at a very young age because of obesity. Sorry, guys. And we were all heading down the same path. I was the heaviest in the family, or I wasn't the heaviest in my family, but I was overweight my whole life and obese for many of those years. I lived every day ashamed of how I looked. I had very low self-esteem as a teenager. I also felt eyes on me and heard all the giggles and whispers. Always having to avoid doing things because I was too overweight. Was even afraid to sit at a booth not knowing if I would fit. I wouldn't go swimming because I was too embarrassed to take my shirt off. And I didn't want to keep it on and have people point and laugh. I could never ask out the pretty girls because I was the fat boy and I figured I had no chance. I would always suck in my stomach anytime I seen my reflection and would try and hold it in all day so I wouldn't look quite as fat. I would wear multiple shirts to try and hide my man boobs and fat rolls. I will never forget these memories, as these are scars I am reminded of when I see my stretch marks that I am left with today. I was even experiencing health problems that came with obesity at a very young age. I wanted to change my life so much that I would have dreams of being thin and seeing myself healthy and happy, just to wake up and still see the fat, unhealthy me in the mirror. I was always very sad and depressed, but I always tried to hide it, even from my own family members. I didn't want anyone to know how much my weight affected me mentally, so I used to fake a smile instead. And even though I lived like this, sorry guys, sorry, I think I skipped a page, yep. Okay, I'm sorry. Even though I lived like this, I still loved to be someone who could help others and always felt good if I could make someone else happy. I still had the same heart I have now, and I am still the same person on the inside as I always was, but was stuck in a body for 35 years that was holding me back from enjoying my life. But now I can finally say that I have successfully changed the outside of me and have become very healthy, and now have the knowledge to never be that obese, unhealthy person ever again. I can sit in a booth now. I can take my shirt off to go swimming. I'm not afraid to talk to that pretty girl anymore. I love seeing my own reflection now, and I have confidence that I have never had before. Now I am doing everything I never got to do, and I am almost 40 years old and feel better and more active now than I was as a child. And best of all, I am so happy now, and I don't have to hide behind a fake smile anymore, because now when you see me smile, it's 100% real. And I want everyone to feel like this, because if you can dream it, you can do it. I'd like to share how I lost my weight and explain some of the things I have learned along the way, which led me to be able to help anyone who has ever struggled like I did. Because the truth is, nobody has to be overweight. It doesn't run in our genes. None of us actually failed in the past with diets. We were just taught wrong for many years to try and lose weight against the way our bodies were designed to burn fat. We failed because our bodies were fighting back when we tried to force weight loss, as we were actually doing more damage than good. To successfully get in shape, I can teach you how to let your body burn excess fat the way it was designed to do it, and it's not going to fight back. You are not going to fail. And before you know it, you will be discovering your real body, the body you will be proud of. Now, as crazy as this sounds, in just 6 months through a cold Minnesota winter from September 9th, 2015 to March 9th, 2016, I had completely cut myself in half. I started at 300 pounds, and 6 months later, I was 150 pounds. In just a half a year, I became half the size I was. I was suddenly thin. I was in shape and very healthy for the first time in my life. I was at a perfect BMI. I was toned. I felt great and looked 20 years younger. So was it healthy to lose all that weight as quick as I did? Well, at the end of my weight loss, I went in and had a full physical done and received the best report of health I have ever heard in my life. All my numbers were perfect. I had cured many health problems that I had suffered with for many years, and found myself experiencing lots of health benefits as well by the way I had been eating to lose weight. And best of all, I was happier than I had ever been in my life, as I had become the person I had always wished I could be. And I did all of this in just 6 months. Just days before my journey, I had suffered a mild heart attack at only 34 years old. I believe this happened from years of eating bad, being overweight my whole life, very inactive, and just completely out of shape. I knew I had to make a big change, or I was going to die young like our father did. So I was 100% ready to change my life and was very motivated. But knowing how I always failed with diets in the past, I did a lot of research this time and learned some science about how our bodies work. I decided I would try losing weight while putting my body into a state of ketosis. Well, right away it was working, and I was quickly dropping body fat and feeling better than ever. Being such a scientific way of eating, I continued to study nonstop as I was losing weight and learned how to make changes when needed so I wouldn't stall or slow down. I was learning everything about ketosis and how our bodies work. And with the knowledge I was gaining, I found myself hitting goals faster than I even imagined I could. I was inspiring many people as I was losing my weight so fast, but at the time, a lot of people had no idea what ketosis was. So of course, I was getting negative feedback from some people as well, which is another reason why I kept studying so much. I wanted to learn everything I could so that I could be 100% sure that what I was doing was safe. And once I knew that there was nothing at all negative with eating this way, I really wanted to start teaching others how to do this, as I was very confident that this was the most effective, fastest, and safest way to get in shape. So I began teaching my family members and my children. My ultimate goal was not just to lose weight, it was to become healthy. So no, I didn't lose my weight fast by starving myself or overdoing workouts, etc. I did it very fast because I had gained so much knowledge. As I was getting in shape and I knew exactly what was happening inside my body and how to safely burn the excess fat very fast. I even learned I didn't have to count calories and didn't have to measure out my food portions. All I had to do was eat the right type of foods at the right times and allow my excess body fat to just burn away fast. I got to my ultimate goal quick, and so did everyone I was teaching for the last few years. I have easily been able to maintain my weight loss as I kept my body in ketosis and just eat a little different than I did during the weight loss. And as I continue helping others, I am learning more and more and working towards getting even healthier as I continue working on my new bulletproof body. With many years now studying nutrition and the science of our bodies, my goal and passion is to help as many people as I can lose weight, get in shape, live healthy, be happy, and never struggle with being overweight or obese ever again. Whenever you have whether you have zero weight to lose, but would like to feel better and eat healthier, or you have just a few little stubborn body fat you want to get rid of, maybe you need to lose 25 to 50 pounds, or even people who have become extremely obese and have hundreds of pounds to lose, I can help anyone. And I do this by teaching people who are ready to make positive life changes, changes with my successful bulletproof plan. I work one-on-one with people and create a perfect plan for each person that is extremely effective and very easy to follow. No matter how big your goals are, I want to help you through your journey and get you to that existing finish line quick. Exciting finish line quick. I not only create an effective plan for each person, but I also teach everyone what I have learned so they gain the same knowledge in nutrition, which is what I believe is the most important when you want to lose weight, keep it off, and live a healthy life. Because I believe 100% with knowledge, you will succeed. I also teach you how to lose the weight extremely fast. And isn't that what we all wish we could do? Well, the truth is you definitely can. Because when you hear people say if you lose weight too fast, you will gain it all back, you will be left with lots of skin, you will be unhealthy, you will lose muscle, etc. None of that is true if you know how to burn excess fat in the way our bodies were designed to do it. So yes, you can safely lose weight fast, and I can teach you how to do it. I am living proof, along with many others I've taught already, that my system is very successful in getting rid of all excess body fat quick and is very easy to maintain afterwards. Many of my family members, including my own children and lots of friends and many other people, have followed my plan and successfully lost all their excess weight and have been maintaining it. This way of eating is not just to lose weight, it's to make your body run very efficient, to feel great every day, and as more and more people follow it, I believe science will keep proving more health benefits, and food companies will eventually stop pumping out all this junk food that has caused so much obesity and health problems for so many people, and soon everyone will be eating this way. Now, I'll start explaining some important things that everyone should know about how our bodies were designed. And the biggest question you all probably have right now is, what does ketosis mean? Well, it's a fat-burning state that happens naturally when we go a period of time without food, and is how our bodies were designed to convert excess body fat into ketones, which is then used as the cleanest form of high-level energy and gives us our nutrition we need when we go a period of time without eating. Our ancestors needed to be able to store some excess body fat because they didn't get to eat every day like we do now. So that's why they would feast when they had food available, meaning they would overeat and store excess body fat to be used as energy and nutrition until they could eat again. So there was a time that some excess body fat was important, but now we don't live like that anymore, and since we eat every day, we should avoid excess body fat all the time. If we change the way we eat and eliminate the intake of carbs in our diet, we can put our bodies into ketosis and still eat every day. We create an eating window and then continue eating protein to feed our muscle. Okay, I want to make sure I wasn't on the wrong line. And we have the option to choose which fat will be used for energy and nutrition, allowing us to consume fat or use excess body fat when we are trying to lose it, which then leaves us no purpose for any intake of carbs unless you want to add body fat. That is totally normal. This is totally normal, safe, and how our bodies were designed. As I began learning and understanding this, I realized our bodies do not require any carbs at all, and learned how carbs simply have no nutritional value and are only used for three main purposes. 1, a form of energy our bodies will choose first, and why we think we need to consume them, yet fat will give us cleaner and better energy when we eliminate carbs, so we don't need them for energy. 2, carbs are used to spike our appetite as they activate our hunger hormone so we can overeat, which is what our ancestors needed to create a big appetite when food was available to them. I don't think any of us need to worry about that unless we are under eating and wanting to gain weight. 3, carbs will turn on our fat storing hormone and allow us to add excess body fat. Is anyone trying to add more body fat when you are trying to diet? Now, which of these 3 reasons are we still eating carbs for? Especially if we are trying to lose body fat, why would we keep eating carbs? This is why ketosis is the most effective way to lose weight. And as I teach you more, you will find that this is how everyone should be eating to lose weight, maintain weight, and even to gain good lean body weight. No, your brain does not require any carbs at all, and the tiny amounts of glucose it does need will come from fat and protein. No, we don't need carbs for glycogen. That's hard for me to say. Glycogen. Sorry. Our muscles will get that also from fat and protein. And science backs all of this up. And many people, including myself, have been in ketosis for years now with no problems at all. And in my opinion, you will only experience lots of benefits based on how much excess body fat you have. I set up a food list for each person to eat from that will allow your excess body fat to be burning all the time for energy. You eat during your set eating window, and you will quickly get to a healthy weight. After you reach your goal and have no more excess body fat to use as energy, you can continue eating in ketosis and consume higher fat foods to be used for energy. And you will never be storing excess body fat again. Now, I completely break down the 3 macros found in foods, which is what total calories are made up of. And all start with carbs. So you can understand why we should completely stop consuming them and always keep ourselves in ketosis. I'll explain how eliminating carbs will stop the hunger hormone from getting out of control, how eliminating them will stop the fat storing process, and how we can quickly and safely burn off any excess fat on our body to get into shape and stay in shape by cutting out carbs and never having to add them back into our diet ever again. And you will discover even more benefits when eliminating carbs. And even if you are already in shape, anyone can eliminate carbs and follow a ketogenic diet and just eat whenever you're hungry. Eat enough to satisfy your appetite and you will stay in shape without even storing excess body fat, without ever storing excess body fat, and be very healthy without any carbs. But when keeping carbs in your diet, this is what you need to know. There are many diets out there, from counting calories to eating low fat to even cutting back on carbs. But why does everyone struggle with all of these diets? I can explain why. When it comes to carbs, you hear people say that there are good carbs and bad carbs, and that we just need to cut back on the bad carbs if we want to lose weight. Well, the difference is really not about being good or bad. It's about the speed in which our bodies try to utilize them as energy before they convert to glucose and store as body fat. So the term good carbs, meaning complex carbs like whole grains, will slowly digest and give you more time to use them as energy before they will convert to body fat. And then the term bad carbs, meaning simple carbs like sugar, will give you a quick burst of energy and then convert very fast to body fat if unused. The reason why we don't need to consume carbs at all anymore is because we live in a world now that we can become morbidly obese with body fat easily, because it's very easy to consume way too many good and bad carbs with all of the food we are creating, or we have created, that is simply filled with way too many carbs in general, whether it's junk food or not. And we live in a world now where we drive cars to get around, sit and watch TV and play with our phones, and have mechanics do lots of our work for us, which means it's a lot different now than it used to be back when we didn't have all these things. And there wasn't even that many carbs in the food we even had back then, when we actually needed carbs to store fat for reserved energy during times when we couldn't eat. We also didn't have set meal times or access to so much food like we do now. We used to feast when we had food and fast when we didn't. Sorry, new pages. And nowadays, we don't have any reason to even store excess fat at all. Yet we added so many carbs to all the foods we have created, and now anyone can quickly become overweight or even obese when consuming any type of carbs if we don't portion our food count, calories, exercise, and stay extremely active every day. We all know that it is hard to do, and as we age, our metabolism slows down more and more, making carbs even harder for us to consume and be able to stay in shape. The only people who ever have a chance of working hard enough to stay in shape while consuming any type of carbs as they get older are the people who have never been overweight, for the people that have never been overweight. But for anyone who is But for anyone who is or ever was obese, has thousands of fat cells that were created as they forced their body to store way too much excess fat from so many carbs. And even if they have lost all the excess fat at some point, those fat cells emptied, but they are still there forever. And when you have all these permanent fat cells in your body, you would have to be an Olympic athlete, a full-time bodybuilder, or basically starve yourself to keep them fat cells from filling back up when you keep carbs in your diet and are eating more calories than your body can burn. Plus, your hunger hormone is always active and your fat-storing hormone is always turned on. And even if you try to keep carbs low, you will just become weak, tired, and unhappy because your body is still running on carbs. And when consuming low carbs, you are not giving your body enough energy to feel good. And soon you will find yourself consuming more and more carbs for energy, and the excess fat piles right back on. And that's why 99% of people always fail with dieting. Why is fat and protein so important over carbs? As I spoke about carbs and their sole purpose being an energy source and how we gain body fat, well, fat and protein offers us so much more. Protein itself is the building block of our bodies. And without protein intake, we would never have the ability to build more muscle. Protein does not offer a great energy source as its main purpose is to feed our muscles. But yes, even protein would convert to energy if there is no carbs or fat intake and you have very low body fat. And if there is no macro intake at all to be used for energy, excess stored body fat will feed you and give you lots of energy and the nutrition you need as ketosis kicks in and your body fat starts burning at 100% for energy. Your body will preserve your muscle and keep your metabolism fast. Muscle will be the last resort your body will use as energy to keep you alive if you have very low body fat and there is no intake of food to use. That is when your metabolism will slow way down as your body only gives you just enough energy to keep your organs functioning to keep you alive. So as you can see, muscle itself is being protected as much as possible by our bodies, which shows you how important our lean body mass is, as even our heart itself is a muscle, and the more muscle we have, the better our body composition will look. The more calories we can eat and not gain fat, and having more muscle even helps to burn more body fat. And without protein, we cannot increase our muscle mass. So protein is very important and not a macro you can just eliminate without having negative effects. And fat gives us the most nutrient and can give us the best energy when we are in ketosis. Fat is 9 calories per gram versus carbs being 4 calories per gram, meaning fat can give you over 2 times the amount of energy that's running on carbs, or 2 times the amount of energy running on carbs can give you. Okay. You're saying if you were running on carb versus fat. So, he missed a couple little words in here. So, eliminating the intake of fat would lose many benefits, and we would be giving up a lot of good nutrition found in foods containing fat. And both fat and protein do not want to store as excess body fat like carbs do. And it is very hard to overeat fat and protein because both will make you feel fuller in less amounts, and neither will activate your hunger hormone because they don't increase insulin levels, making carbs the only macro you can completely eliminate without negative effects. Instead, you experience many positive effects like the ability to burn excess body fat quick, stopping the process of storing body fat, having a faster metabolism, having lowered insulin levels, and will also improve your skin, make you look younger, get rid of excess water weight. You will never feel bloated, and many, many, many more amazing positive effects that science is proving more and more each day as ketosis is becoming the most popular way of eating, not just to lose weight, but for anyone who wants to experience all the other great benefits you get when you simply eliminate carbs from your diet. With so much obesity now, believe it or not, we look at overweight as normal and healthy, and we don't see ourselves as fat until we are actually obese. And that's when most of us will try dieting from time to time, and most of us will just always fail at some point and never hit a healthy weight. Or we will stall, and many times we end up just gaining it all back, or even find ourselves more obese than we were before. This is because we are trying to lose weight against the way our bodies were designed to burn excess stored fat. I lost all my weight by letting my body use my excess fat the way it was designed to, and that's why I have kept it off for years now. Never slowed my metabolism down, and I am now in complete control of my body and can stay in shape as I continue to age without having to work hard at all. I am finally seeing keto getting more popular, but some are calling it a fad diet. Some still think it's dangerous, and some believe we have to consume some carbs to be healthy. But anyone who says any of that does not understand how our bodies work and doesn't know the scientific facts. And even those who do accept keto and currently using it to lose weight, I am seeing most people doing it wrong and not losing as fast as they can, stalling, cheating, giving up, or using keto just to shed a few pounds and then back to carbs. And not many are getting the amazing results you can easily achieve when you learn that this is not a diet, but a healthy way of eating that will change your life. I have learned all the science, and I know how to successfully use keto to lose, maintain, and gain. And I can teach anyone to do what I did and stay in shape and feel great the rest of your life. Are you ready? Amazing, right? I mean, you couldn't get easier layman terms than that, but doesn't it make complete sense when you hear that? Like he said with our ancestors, they didn't have a lot of carb, but they could consume the carbs because they had to store that because they would go long periods without food. We don't ever have to go with food. It's all around us. So there's no reason for us to have to store any excess body fat ever. So listen to what my brother is saying here, and what he means by eliminating carbs is, yes, you can go zero. In ketosis, the magical number is 20 grams a day, 6 in one sitting, 6 grams, and only 20 for the whole day to stay in ketosis. But you don't have to consume any carbs. You don't have to get all 20 in. Just make sure that magical number is 20, because we do eat veggies, and there's where you're going to get some of your carbs. We do eat some processed meat that will have some carbs. You know, some dressings, have carbs, stuff like that. So what he is meaning by that is, it is so low, 20 carbs is so low, basically you are doing zero carb, because our body can easily burn that off because it's so low. So I really hope that this letter was helpful. I want to thank my brother Robbie for writing this, for helping so many people, for helping me shed 150 pounds and now been maintaining for almost a year. I'm like 9 months in maintaining weight. I never store body fat, and I eat so much more food now. In the beginning, of course, in losing process, like he said, you're going to be lowering calories, but it doesn't matter. Everybody asks the question, do I need to eat more fat? Do I need to eat? No. Use your body fat as your calories, okay? As your energy, I mean. Use that. Don't worry about eating more fat till you get to your goal, because you're going to lose it faster like he did. How fast do you want to give it off, get it all the weight off? Do you want to be struggling with this for years, or do you want it off really fast, and do you want to eat like me and my brother do? We eat so good now. It's insane, and I never gain weight. It is the easiest, and he's right. I've done many diets in my life, and I always gained it back because we were working against our own bodies, didn't understand. And we have to realize one thing too, is like an alcoholic, we are always obese, okay? Like an alcoholic, if they pick up one drink, they go back to it. They fall off the wagon, okay? What do they say when they go into a place? Hi, my name is so-and-so. I'm an alcoholic. Well, guess what? Hi, my name is Angel, and I'm a fatty. And for the rest of my life, if I don't follow this plan and do what my body was designed to do, I'm just going to get fat again. So for the rest of my life, I will be considered a fatty, and I have to watch everything I do. But it's so fun. Ketosis is no diet. It is a healthy, awesome way to eat. I have showed you guys many amazing meals that taste amazing, and I have so much energy. Like he said, my skin is amazing. I'm gonna be 43 in December. And if you look at old pictures, in fact, again, like I did my other video, I'm gonna throw before and after pictures of me, my brother, my friend Monica, and I think I'll probably throw some photos of there in there also of my son too. I have done it, but my son doesn't really follow keto because he's a bodybuilder. He does eliminate some carbs and stuff, but I may even show in, you know, throw in some of his photos. But I really am going to throw in, you know, the people doing keto or whatever, so you can see the transformation and how our skin completely changed, how we look amazing. I mean, we look years younger, every one of us. It's amazing what it does, and it cures diseases. It's amazing. It cures cancers. It can help with OCD. It can help with anxiety and panic. It can do so many things for you. It is amazing. It has cured many things. I mean, there was a story I just watched recently. A guy had a brain tumor. He was going to be put on, you know, they were going to do chemotherapy. He said, let me do ketosis first. He did ketosis, and guess what, everybody? Brain tumor gone. So I'm telling you, keto is an amazing way to eat, and if you don't understand it, that's why you're failing at it. So stick with one person, and I sure hope you stick with me, because I'm going to give you the scientific facts. Again, like I said in the beginning, I am not a doctor. I am not a nutritionist. Neither is my brother. But we do know our shit. So definitely enjoy yourself with this. Love it. I am loving life. So is he. Like he said in the beginning, life was so hard. I love life now. And I will always be keto. Always. I love it. You guys have any questions? Write them down in the box for me, and me or my brother will answer them for you. But I hope this was enough information for you to truly understand how the body works. So I love you guys very much. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification so you don't miss any of my uploads, because I am going to be sharing many recipes of keto and lots of stuff to do with keto, along with my beautiful nails, toes, and outfits of the day, because I feel fabulous. And I'm pretty happy to be able to share all of that with you guys, because I live life large now too. I love you guys very much. God bless, take care, and we'll see each and every one of you in my next video. Keto Power.